All right, we're looking at isosceles and equilateral triangles. Isosceles triangles which have two congruent sides and two congruent angles. And we're given a diagram here. This is going to example 1, which starts on page 285 but goes over to page 286. This is the guided practice on 286, 1A and 1B. And so we have this figure here. And it says first we're going to find name two unmarked congruent angles. Now when I look at this diagram, that's one of the ways they may try to confuse us. I actually see, this is a kite, and I actually see 4 triangles in here. And so I've got to focus in on what it is that they're asking me to find. And first thing I think I want to do is identify, because looking down at the second part of this, name two unmarked congruent segments, I can see that we're talking about, on one hand, we got triangle JFG. There I have two congruent sides, segment FJ and FG. And then I've got this triangle on this side, which I could then say is triangle GHJ. And I see that it's got two congruent angles. All right. So let's first look at this triangle right here. Well, it would appear it's going to be isosceles, because I got a congruent side here and I got a congruent side here, which means that the angles opposite this are going to be congruent. Actually, angle F right there would be my vertex. Segment GJ or JG is going to be my base. But let's see, we want to name two congruent, unmarked congruent angles. Well, I've got this angle here and this angle here would be congruent because those opposite sides are congruent. So then I could say that angle FGJ and angle FJG. So FGJ, that's that angle right there, and FJG, this is this angle right here, and those would be congruent. Now my second triangle, which we said was GHJ, we got this triangle. Well, I can see that it's got two congruent angles, meaning that it also is isosceles, which would mean then that this side and this side, that leg and those two legs would have to be congruent. And therefore I could say that segment GH right here and segment JH are going to have to be congruent. All right, so we've identified two unmarked congruent angles, two unmarked congruent segments, based upon that we found two isosceles triangles and all that mess of a kite. They love to confuse us sometimes with the way they draw things. You got to be thinking, put on the thinking caps, see the big picture.